Episode 20! I'm almost there. I can feel it. I've done so many episodes today alone. God fucking damn it. So, episode 20, we are here with 3 is greater than 1, which I'm probably going to refer to as 3 over 1 for the rest of this episode, because I would rather say over than is greater than, although that is a bit of name butchering. I've checked in with these guys. They're all right with it. So, 3 is greater than 1 is from the they're from the Bolton Boulders. Yes, the season 5 Bolton Boulders. 3 is greater than 1 is a levitate magneton brandishing scald, growth, agility, and recover. You think agility and recover, so we might as well just jump, or growth and agility, so we might as well just jump into it. This thing can do setup sets. Agility for the speed, growth for the special attack if you feel like you need it. Then you really just throw on whatever 2 moves you want. Thunderbolt, Scald are pretty simple for this. However, yada yada yada, that set's gross. You want the real shit, you run the bulky shit. You don't necessarily have to invest in physical defense for this. I just kind of had that there because physical defense is Magneton's higher stat. So, armed with an Eviolite and Levitate, 3 is greater than 1 actually gets much bulkier than you'd originally expect it to be. Notably, or especially because its quad weakness just gets completely canceled out by its ability. So this is an instance of an electric that completely dabs on most grounds. And unlike Zapdos, it dabs on the ones that run Stone Edge too, which is hilarious. And now it just has water moves to throw at them with burn chances, which is even better, and a toxic immunity. You just get so much mileage out of this thing. Spread pairs, spread burns, do volt switch stuff, recover stuff off. I guess if you want to drop discharge for something like whatever the fuck, okay, you can teleport instead of volt switching if you want to be like that. You can toxic, that's some spice. I mean, not necessarily that spicy, but it's still nice. You can magnet rise if you're an absolute Chad, but we'll get to that later. So, I guess let's just look over some fucking calcs about 3 is greater than 1, because it might as well prove useful. Let's go in Eviolite and 252 with Bolt. So let's take something like, you know what, pick a ground type for me, Dash.
Excadrill.
Excadrill? Please don't use that one, that's not a good example.
Okay, Corviknight.
That's not a ground.
A ground? I thought you said steel.
I said ground, we're not on the magnet pole section yet.
Ground. Say Hippowdon, for example.
Hippowdon. So, yes. We can put on Scald. Which is really the best move for this. Yeah, your Scalds aren't doing much, but you can also just Toxic the Hippo. And on the Hippo's side, look at those beautiful zeros. Look at those beautiful zeros.
The only thing Hippo can do is Whirlwind, which is beautiful.
Or superpower it, but even then fucking eats.
No! How does it eat that? How does it eat that?
Because it's from because it's from an 8 attack Hippowdon, your max bold Eviolite.
Yeah, holy, that's kind of crazy.
But let's use a ground type that would actually realistically use that move. Let's say Landorus Therian. Because why the fuck not? This is what I was looking for when I asked you to give me a ground. So, essentially, 3 is greater than 1 avoids that 2-hit KO. Although, when Swords Danced, things start hitting the fan pretty quick. And I suppose Gravity Shenanigans can go in there. As well as, I mean, you 2-hit KO back with Scald and Threatened Burns, which is really nice. With 3 is greater than 1. Don't run gravity on this, you'll be ashamed. So, we've got this part with 3 is greater than 1 and how it's a actually really good steal while also being an electric that beats up grounds, so it fulfills a lot of different roles here. It's especially great at handling most flyers, especially if they don't pack coverage for it, although if they do pack coverage, 3 is greater than 1, especially on the special side, isn't all that tanky, so you might
Yeah.
fall prone to some of those things. However, if you feel like dipping into its natural ability options, you could do some really interesting things with a magnet pulse set.
Yeah.
Because when you see this mon, you're usually thinking, okay, it's levitate, it's levitate, it's levitate. And you don't always expect your steel to get trapped. You can throw around Scalds with 3 greater than 1 now, which is really the main draw of having the hack set be your magnet pull poke, so you can use Scald with it. This is notably important to trap. Here we will use the Excadrill example.
Yes.
Because
that's
as you can
true.
see, Magneton does not learn body press. So in this instance, Excadrill is important because Excadrill really murders this thing, considering it just earthquakes through levitate, and now 3 is greater than 1 is down. However, it doesn't earthquake through air balloon or magnet rise. So the idea of this set is you get it in on, like, from whatever, and your air balloon comes out. Then on the first turn, Magneton is staring Excadrill in the face. Excadrill will probably go for Iron Hit or Rapid Spin, which will cause Magneton's air balloon to pop, and on that same turn, you Magnet Rise. Because you can't kill Drill with 1 Scald, you can kill Drill with 2 Scalds. And Magnet Rise gives you the ample time to be able to do that. So, you just Mag Rise there, then you Scald twice, Drill down. Scald the 3rd time if you need to, because Magnet Rise is going to last for quite a bit. This is essentially just standard Magneton stuff, but you have Scald now. Which, I guess, it's not necessarily a waste of 3 greater than 1, if you don't intend for it to be a waste, and you can still toss Recover on this set if you want, you know, that added consistency for stuff like a Celesteela Leech Seeds that just start hitting the bin that you really don't want to that you just don't want to have to deal with, so you can recover it off. And yeah, that's essentially the Magnet Pulse set. 3 is greater than 1 is just consistent. It's a steel that's immune to ground, doesn't have a corresponding electric weakness, only weak to fire and fighting. Pretty item reliant for its bulky variants, considering it's an Eviolite poke, but with some of the greatest hazard resiliency this side of Bronzong.
Yeah.
Yeah, because immunity to all hazards save Stealth Rock, which is resisted. Just like Bronzong. Because Levitate, bitches! And the ability to heal. 3 is greater than 1 is a steel type that is a much better consistency Pokemon for a team than it really has any right to be, and forces especially ground types that typically prey on electrics to run good coverage options for it, which frequently turn to be fighting moves like a Superpower, or in the case of Nido's, just Nido's, Fire Blast. I believe that's really it for what to talk about with 3 is greater than 1, unless there are any other notes that I've forgotten.
Nope.
Alrighty, so yeah, if there's nothing there, then we'll just end it. This is essentially 3 over 1. And, come on, 5 episodes there, kiddo. 5 episodes left.